Hey everybody, another month in the books of selling sports cards online to fund my collection. So we're going to take a look at the numbers and see how we did. Did have a little bit of a strategy shift this month that caused some goals to get a little misaligned to what I was actually doing throughout the month. So we're going to talk about that in the video as well. If anyone has any comments or questions or advice, definitely leave them in the comments below. But let's take a look at how we did in July.
As always, when we start our recap, we are going to look at our total sales, which for the month were our best month yet, and our total eBay and whatnot sales were $2,338.86. Roughly $800 of this was on whatnot, and the rest was over on eBay. So a little bit lower month on eBay as I focused to shift some stuff over to whatnot, which I kind of expected, but overall our best sales month yet, so I'm very happy. Our total fees out of that were $581.93. That's eBay and whatnot, as well as my eBay store subscription. So over on whatnot, fees are a little lower, which is nice. Lower fees definitely helps with the lower end card sales, and our total shipping was way lower this month, as on whatnot a lot of that is just paid by the buyer, so didn't have to eat anything out of pocket. So that wound up coming in at $116.30. We also sold a lot less on eBay quantity wise. We did have a few really high dollar sales, so that also helped with keeping the shipping costs down. We're going to look at our sales on eBay in a little bit though, some of the good sales we had. So after subtracting our fees and shipping, that gave us a total net sales of $1,640.63, by far our best month in net sales yet. Really happy with that number, looking to grow it next month. And then when we add in our June carryover that we had coming into July of $345.33, we had a total dollar amount into the business of $1,985.96. So that would be great if where we ended, but obviously I use this as a way to fund my collection and as a way to rip wax. And we had a lot of good releases this month in July, including Topps Chrome Baseball, which is a huge favorite of mine. So we're going to take a look at the purchases we made throughout the month of July and where we ended the month. So to start, we did spend a lot on wax, so $1,367.29 on wax to rip. That's a lot of Topps Chrome. We had some Topps Series 2 at the beginning of the month, also some Donruss, things like that in between, I believe. PC cards and resale cards kind of got a little mixed, buying some stuff on whatnot, but that was $138.64. And supplies were $112.96, leaving us total purchases of $1,618.89, giving us an end of the month surplus of $367.07. So not quite at the $400 mark I was hoping to get to, but we did layer on $23, and honestly, if we hadn't ripped as much Topps Chrome, we probably could have kept that number a little bit higher, but Topps Chrome is one of my favorites, so I'm happy to rip that. And let's take a look at some of our best sales like I talked about earlier. So we did sell that Munetaka Murakami canvas. We got $500 for that. eBay really became more of a high dollar and multi-card order kind of this month. I focused on trying to list things I thought would be good for multi-card orders, the higher dollar items, and leave that on eBay. And I started to move some other things over to whatnot, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. But we did still have quite a few of those multi-card orders, which I love, you know, the 13 to 20, 30 card orders that really stack up and save you on some of those transaction fees. So this is kind of the heart and soul of the eBay business right now, is some of those higher end sales, and then also these multi-card orders really make a difference. And to talk about that strategy shift I talked briefly about in the beginning, from now on, I'm really going to look at just listing high-end cards on eBay, mid to high-end, so $10 plus, and then really low-end cards. So low-end player parallels, low base rookies, base vets, things of that nature will be listed over on eBay. It's going to be a little bit of a change. I've actually gotten my listings down. I'd like to get the listings back up, which we're going to talk about in a moment, and then over on whatnot, what I'm going to be focusing on is low to mid end, so that $2 to $10 price range, and then any stars, inserts, parallels, rookies of bigger names, things like that, even if they're in that $1 to $2 range. Trying to sell those over on whatnot. I've found that they sell super quick. I'm able to even lot some things up for people, whether it be teams or players, and I'm able to move those cards quick. And when you're into these cards for only 5 to 16 cents usually is what I'm into them. Even if I sell them for $1 over on whatnot, it really makes a difference. Now let's take a look at the goals I set for July and then what we're going to look at for August. So mixed bag of results in July due to that strategy shift of moving some things over to Whatnot, where I did host more than 4 shows. Actually, it was probably around 7 or 8, I believe. So getting to the 4,500 active listings, that was a fail because of that strategy shift as we moved a lot of inventory over to Whatnot, but I'm looking to move that up again this month, which we'll talk about in a second. I did focus on higher end lots. Unfortunately, did not pick any up, but I wasn't looking to purchase low end lots. And we did miss that $400 mark, all because of Topps Chrome. It's all Topps Chrome's fault. In August, though, I would like to continue the Whatnot streaming and host 2 football Whatnot shows as we're getting closer to football season. And to tie in with that, I would like to pick up more football cards and focus on the higher end to mid end baseball lots to kind of really start to grow the Whatnot show, and then also be able to get the eBay listings back up to 3,000 listings, where kind of was that sweet spot of getting a lot of multi-card orders. And for the month of August, I would like us to end at up $500. And looking forward on the channel, we're going to have some more 2026 Topps Chrome Baseball this week with the Mega Box release. Next week, we hope to have 2026 Prism Baseball, Hobby, and maybe Retail. And after that, we are going to look at getting some Big League Chew Baseball, which I'm really excited about. Here's some videos that YouTube is recommending. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support, and I'll see you on the next one.